Let this be a lesson to never buy foreclosed homes.
Mother's Day.
So Mother's Day is the 2010 film directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, how the hell you want to call it. The director of Saw 3, 2, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. I guess I should have said it like that. And it tells a story about a couple. They move into this house and they're living in it for a couple of months. It's a foreclosed home. And then one day, this group of 3 robbers, killer robbers or psychos, they break into their home because they thought it was their home. They've been on the run, but they've come back to go back to their old house, and they find these people in it, and they're like, oh shit, and they hold them hostage, and there's a birthday party going on, so now we got this group of like 6 different people, all being held hostage by these 3 jackasses, and then they call their mother, because the mother is the boss. So now the mother comes in, and she finds out that her sons have been mailing her money to this house that she no longer has, and she wants that money from these new owners, because they're hiding it from her. She's convinced of that. Do they really have the money? Is somebody lying? That's the mystery. My only positive is all the familiar faces. I just kept every once in a while like, oh, I recognize that person from that movie. No, I know that person. Darren Lynn Bowman, he directed this, and immediately you see this like security guard, and he's that hook guy from the beginning of Saw 3. You get this Santa, like the Santa guy from Silent Night, the remake, and ironically in that movie also, or coincidentally, we got Jamie King in this movie. She was in the Silent Night remake, My Bloody Valentine remake. So we got Jamie King in here. We got Shawn Ashmore from one of my favorite movies, Frozen. And I think he's in the X-Men. I haven't seen a single X-Men movie, so I think he's in those movies. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's the ice one. How ironic. He was in Frozen. And he's honestly my favorite character. Like, as soon as he sees the robber, he immediately, like, disarms him and clocks him in the face and starts running with the girl. He's the doctor. He's the hero, really. He's the one who's trying to, like, he's becoming like a psychologist. He's like using psychology tricks on this girl, like to like manipulate her, but in a good way. He's like, your mom's crazy. You shouldn't be doing what she's telling you, and it's kind of like the Stockholm syndrome almost, except like reverse. Like the kidnapper's falling in love with Shawn Ashmore. There's like a daughter and 3 sons, and this mother who's raised them all. And right from the beginning, you know that she basically kidnapped all these kids and that she's basically infertile. So she stole all these kids and she's raising them to be psychopathic criminals who rob people. And while I'll say Maroney, whatever the hell this actress's name is, she does play a decent psychopath. It might feel a little forced here and there, but she plays the psycho okay. Is it believable how tough she is when she gets hit in the face with a fucking toilet lid and then like gets back up like 5 minutes later? Whatever, she'd be knocked out or fucking dead. She's like almost in her upper 50s. She's out. But nope, she's Michael Myers in this fucking movie. She just gets right back up. And none of these fucking, like, robbers, their only advantage is that they have guns. Like, all these other partygoers, a couple of them, they're way more badass looking and tough than these motherfuckers. So the fact that, yeah, I'll get into it. This movie pissed me off. But then we get this one guy who's from the Purge movies. I forget his name, last name Grillin, something. I don't know. But he's in the second and third Purge movie. And then we get the main hot chick from Sorority Row, that remake. She does a striptease in this movie, and she's beautiful. Very gorgeous. And then we even get the keyhole guy from Saw 2. He gets shot in the face through the keyhole. He's in here. Oh, and then we even get Riggs. He's from the main guy playing the main game in Saw 4. So we got him. Oh, and also from Sorority Row, we got that brother. The crazy brother who kills the girl in the prank on accident. He's in here. He's the guy he has like a bullet hole, and he's like crying and passed out throughout the whole fucking film. And at the beginning, it has like this Reservoir Dogs moment where like it kind of like starts and they're like in the car and they're like freaking out. And he's in the backseat bleeding to death. It's just like that moment in Reservoir Dogs. But other than that, yeah, the acting, it's fine from the main people, not the bad people. Like the main people, their acting's great. Especially Jamie King, she cries on cue. She's amazing. And then there's AJ Cook. I didn't even recognize it. I looked it up afterwards. I was like, what the fuck? That was her? It was the main girl, AJ Cook, from Final Destination 2, who has the premonition. She's in this movie, and I was like, she was? She looks way different. And this is like, 8 years after Final Destination 2? She's a blonde now. I think she was one of those 2 blonde girls that's like forced to like stab each other. But yeah, let's go into my negatives. I hate everyone in this movie. I have never seen a more insufferable group of jackasses in my fucking life. I hate everyone. I wanted them all to die. And that's not what you want in this movie. These are the hostages. You want to root for them. And it does get to that point. They build it up so much to like your anger towards these bad guys that when one of them does go, I don't do this usually, I was clapping and cheering in my own living room. I was that fucking pissed off that these people were still alive and these people were jackasses. These people are fucking retarded. I've never been more livid in my life. I was pissed off, steaming. Like, if I was a cartoon, there would be fucking steam coming out of my ears watching this shit. This is the best fucking town to commit murder in the middle of the street when it's, what, like 9 p.m., 8 p.m.? The cops are like roaming the city. We're told that, like, these people are like the Bonnie and Clyde family. They're like robbing everybody from all kinds of different places within the state. There's supposed to be cops everywhere looking for these jackasses. They even knock on the house door at one point, looking for them. And there's like one fucking cop in this whole city patrolling. It's the same cop later on who gets killed because he's fucking useless. So that whole scene could have been taken out. Like, what was that, just to bring a little bit of levity, like hope, like a little bit of hope, like, oh, maybe he's gonna. No, at that point, I knew what movie I was watching, so I was like, he's not gonna do shit. This cop's gonna die. Boom, he's dead because he's fucking stupid. The kind of cop, when the guy's clearly reaching for a gun, the kind of cop that goes, don't, on the ground. Like, he's gonna listen. He's already committed to getting that gun. The fact that he didn't just put a bullet in that fucker's head when he had a chance pisses me off. This movie is goreless, but we do get this guy who gets like hot tea poured down his ears and like over his eyes, so he's like blind and deaf, and that's the jackass that they allowed to have a 44 Magnum. Like, here, let's give this gun to the jackass who's now blind and deaf. Let's send him upstairs, and then he shoots his own fucking girlfriend because I needed some other reason to hate this guy more. Oh, and I also found out before that she was pregnant, so now he's just murdering 2 people. Fuck this guy. There was a fucking surplus of all kinds of situations and moments where they could have taken over or did something, and they did fucking nothing. The women in this movie were more fucking brave and had bigger balls than the guys, and they even like the one chick who I'm supposed to believe from Sorority Row is like engaged to that fat toupee wearing piece of shit from Saw 2. I'm supposed to believe that? How big is his wallet? Like, she's not, I don't think she's a gold digger, but she actually is like in love with this guy, and I'm like, really? But the toupee thing was like the thing that like made her mad. Like, oh, you're bald? That's the thing that turns me off. Like, not his size and face and looks and character. Speaking of character, I don't know these people at all. One of them's a doctor, Shawn Ashmore. I like him. He's the only character that I can get behind. I'm like, all right, this guy is smart. He's biding his time. They need him, so he's the safest. No, poof! Wasted. Complete wasted fucking character. And they waste all this time and energy having him, like, do the psychology, like, you know, trying to get into the mind of like the daughter to convince her that her mother is fucking insane. And it like there's like moments where it looks like it might be working, and she's like, you know, whispering like, trust me, I'm gonna try to get you out of this. And she does fucking nothing. Like, when her, in a better movie, a normal movie, him getting blasted away by her dipshit fake brother, that at that moment Shawn Ashmore has convinced her, I thought, that that was a fake family. That would have been the moment where she turns on the family and starts helping out the hostages. But she doesn't. She's on board still. What the fuck? No character development at all. Not only is there no gore in this movie, but there's no tits, but they do tease you at one point with the girl from Sorority Row. She's like doing a striptease, and the mom is like trying to like force her to fuck her son that's like bleeding out, and he says to like, mommy, I haven't had sex yet, I don't want to die a virgin, that typical shit. And then she's like, oh, I'll go get someone downstairs to like, and she's like trying to like force the girl's hand on his junk. What mother would do that? Like, she, not only is she insane, but she's a fucking perv. Which is the moment where I was like, okay, this movie's purposely like forcing like all this crazy shit. It's like trying to be crazy just to be crazy at this moment. It doesn't feel real. Like, I didn't think that was her type of character. I thought she was psycho, but now she's just a fucking perv. So many fucking stupid character decisions. Oh my god. Jamie King at one point gets a gun, and after all this shit that she's been through, and she knows how serious these people are, she could just blast this guy right in his fucking face. But what does she do? She fires a warning shot, holds the gun like right up to his face where he can easily just swipe it, which he does because she's a moron. And then there's this girl who gets shot in the face. The bullet goes through her cheek. She's incapacitated. We think she's dead. They drop her body off at like a dumpster. Apparently they never checked her pulse. So now the bad guys are morons. But she gets captured by the ambulance people, get her, and she's like getting surgery. And then at some point they hand her a board, and she's like trying to write information. But instead of saying like, you know, here's the address, killers. Like, the whole town's looking for these people. She could have just said, killers, address, help. But she wastes all her time and energy writing down every single party member at that house name. Like, oh, Chloe, Sophia, Bill, Tom. Yeah, that's helpful. What the fuck? How did this guy have a whole minute, like, just like holding these two blondes up at gunpoint in the middle of the street, in the middle of the day, in front of an ATM machine? It's so stupid, and they just get away with it. And then come to find out that they've been... The only reason this shit's happening is because, like, the mother's looking for money. But in my mind, if they found the money minute one, I believe that they still would have wasted every person there. So it's not even important. But they finally find the money, and guess what? Jamie King, she knew that her husband was cheating on her, and she was pregnant, and she wanted to start a life with that money that's been being sent to this house. Which means, A, she's stupid, because that's, like, you can do anything. Just fucking divorce him. Divorce him. Start a new life. Why this whole... like, just saving all this money being sent to you, which means B, or 2, you have been breaking into packages. It's not like it's on the outside of the package, like, money inside. So you just deliberately broke into a package? You're a bitch. Now you're a criminal too. You should be arrested. But yeah, that means that she let everybody go through all that torture and die because she just wanted that money to start a new life with her unborn child from a dipshit who's cheating on her. Every character is a jackass. They'd rather fight each other than fight the bad guys. So many fucking moments where, like, oh, now there's only one of them down there in the basement with you guys, and there's like 5, 6 of you. Fucking charge them. Now, the acting on the bad guys is pathetic. Like, it's so over the top. Like, give it a 1000% every emotion. They're just fucking, like, nuts, and it's, like, not believable. This movie is almost 2 hours long. And so, yeah, it's dragging out the whole fucking thing. It's the same, like, every scene, like, there's nothing, like, to make anything, like, different or stand out or, like, change the pace. It's just the same shit. They're being held hostage from, like, the 5th minute in. It's just, like, boring. It's just dragging out for way too fucking long, and I'm sick of it. Like, I was just waiting for the movie to end. I wanted it to end, and then the ending was predictable, because this is another one of those movies that starts the end of the movie at the beginning, so then before you get to the end, you're like, oh, I know where this is going. Jamie King is fucking Laurie Strode. Every time she hits someone down, and she could clearly just finish them off, runs away. Fucking Laurie Strode. And then there's even a girl who has, like, a nail gun, and she, like, shoots the guy in the face a few times, and he just shrugs it off. But she could keep shooting, but she just decides to stop. I shit you not. There is a million chances for them to tackle them or do something, but they're just scared shitless. Like, oh, maybe that's just, they're frozen in shock. I'm not going to excuse it. It's bullshit. It's bad writing. But yeah, evil lives on. After all the anger you built up through this movie for these fucking assholes, you're only going to kill 2 of them and leave the other 3 to go free. Go fuck yourself. If you're not gonna make a sequel where I get to see these people die, I wanted to see that main mother's throat being slit slowly from the back to the forward. That way she could live every fucking slice, and I just wanted her to die so bad. So A+ if that's what you're going for. This movie does make you angry towards these bad guys, and you want them dead. But guess what? They don't die. Just 2. Just 2, and that's it. But anyways, yeah, fuck this movie. I fucking hated it. So when it comes to Mother's Day, this movie is a complete fucking waste of time. I did not enjoy myself at all. I was so livid. This movie gave me one character to root for, and he did nothing besides help, stitch, and save one jackass for the next movie that will never happen. So yeah, fuck this movie. No gore, no boobs, nothing to redeem it at all. But those are my thoughts on Mother's Day. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Do you like this movie at all? Do you think that it was a ballsy direction to do this bullshit? To make you hate every character and then let the assholes live on? Do you like that direction? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Hit this like button, and you can follow me on social media if you would like. And consider subscribing in about 5 seconds by clicking my cartoon face. And until next time, I will be seeing you.